Hi, my name is Sydney Momeyer. I'm going to be giving you a presentation today, and I apologize about the weird angle. I don't have anyone home to record me right now, so I'm using my table. But I'm going to be giving you a presentation about online dating. So, how should college students navigate the changing online dating world? So first, I'm going to talk to you about new dating ways and online apps, risk factors in online dating, and I'm going to show you a brief video about that, and then I'm going to go into safety and tips for college students and how they can best navigate the online dating world. So, the new way of dating is the app. So nowadays, you don't have to sit there and make a huge profile and go through and talk about your likes, your dislikes, your interests. You could download an app, and a lot of times it can pull information from your Facebook or your Twitter or other accounts, and you don't have to do any work. For example, Tinder will just pull your profile picture, and if you want to use it, that's fine, you can change it, but it just automatically does that for you. It's not something you even really have to think about. And what these apps are, they are giving people the opportunity to online date in a super fast way. So Tinder, you're just swiping. You're just swiping on people, and if you like them, you swipe right, and if you don't like them, you swipe left. And you don't really know them. You're not swiping right based off of like, oh, we have the same favorite book. No, you're swiping right because of their face. And so it's taking away a chance for people to really get to know each other first. It will prompt you to talk to each other, but it's not the same as the old online dating ways where you had to upload a profile and, talk about your likes, your dislikes. Now there's just a little blurb. So because of this speed dating, there are still the traditional online risks and there are newer online risks, which I will talk about now. So there's the traditional risk of sexual assault and harassment, which is a given in any context where you're meeting up with somebody from online. You don't actually know what their intentions are. You don't know who they are, what they're doing, what they're intending. So there's also a risk of emotional harm. If you get catfished, that's not going to feel good. If, you think you're talking to a really pretty girl and then you show up and it's a man, that's not fun. And it's going to hurt your feelings. And then there's also an increased STI risk with Tinder usage. So what Shauna Green, Deanne Turner, and Rachel Logan found when surveying college participants in a metropolitan area was things about their sexual risk behavior, condom use, Tinder use, and how common connections on Tinder affected their sexual risk behaviors. So Tinder has a feature, because it hooks up to your Facebook, where it will show you mutual friends on Facebook. And what they found in this survey was that people who had more mutual friends on that feature were less likely to talk about STIs, less likely to talk about using condoms or to use condoms, less likely to talk about safe contraception and things like that. So what they found was that this was likely for two reasons. One, people felt more comfortable because they saw, oh, we have 200 mutual friends, and they thought it was safe. And they also found that these people were likely ashamed and they were afraid of gossip. So if they did have an STI, they were less likely to talk about it with their new partner because they were afraid that the partner would tell a mutual friend. There's also the risk of stalking, which is here. I apologize. My internet is very slow. So being is bad today. There's an ad, I'm so sorry.
You get periods, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every month, you should.
Meeting the right person is tough. A lot of people turn to dating websites and messaging services to help out.
In fact, 20% of all relationships begin online.
Just somebody that was decent, have a good time with, maybe go have
So quick, this girl got stalked by someone she had been talking to online.
Lee says things were going great until she learned there were other women. And when she really went digging, she she discovered her new boyfriend was actually a convicted sex offender.
I remember sitting in my living room reading all the court papers, just completely sick, just bawling my eyes out and just beside myself.
Her new boyfriend had multiple sex crime convictions involving young teenage girls who were the exact...
So this man ended up stalking her. And she didn't know him. She thought he was cool. And then he ended up stalking her. And he had sex crimes against him. And he had served jail time for it. So now I'm going to go into safety and tips. So keep personal information private. Don't tell somebody online where you live or anything like that. They teach you that really young, but nowadays people don't see the issue with it as much. I feel like they're less afraid of the internet. Be open about STI risks. If you have an STI, you probably should tell the person that you're going to sleep with. That's generally a nice courtesy. Get to know someone beforehand, make sure you're talking to them, make sure you've talked to them for a little bit, try and get to know as much information you can about them without, being too invasive, such as asking for their address, because that's something you shouldn't give out. And then, trust your gut. If you feel like the situation is weird and somebody is being awkward, or you feel like they're not telling the truth, then you should really trust your gut, because something might be wrong, and you should always be comfortable, and you don't want to meet up with somebody where you're feeling weird or suspicious. So, all right, well, that is my presentation for the day. Thank you, and I'm sorry about the weird angle again.